Now, on today's programme, though, to a man who will be on the big screen himself next week. And here's a clue what the subject matter of this next conversation is going to be.
Bill and Ted, what have you got to say for yourselves?
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Life advice in a nutshell, albeit 30 years old. Well, first it was the excellent adventure, then came the bogus journey. 30 years later, Bill and Ted are back to face the music, and Dermot Devlin from Greencastle in County Tyrone will make a cameo appearance in the new film, and he's on the line now. Dermot, you're a familiar voice in the airwaves as a disability rights campaigner, and you do great work. But I feel we're getting to know the real Dermot today. Would I be right?
I think this is part of my geek side now, coming up to 4 so people are seeing a brand new side of me now.
They are indeed. So tell me how you have ended up having a cameo part. Now, it's a small role, but still in all, it's one of the most anticipated films of the year, and you're in it. So how has this happened?
Well, I've been a big fan since the late 80s when it first came out. So I've been following Alex Winter, one of the actors from the film, on Twitter. And because of the whole lockdown and everybody was stuck indoors, he put out this little tweet at the beginning of lockdown saying that he's just going to try something new, and just asked if anybody was interested in the film, get in touch. So I contacted them and they said, all you have to do is do what we send you. So they sent me little instructions of what I had to do, and I recorded the cameo, and they said that we'll get back to you if we're going to be included. So I forgot all about it, and then a short while later, about a month or two down the line, I got an email to say that my video had been one of the few that had been selected, but we didn't know until it actually makes to the cinema if it makes the final edit. So I didn't know until it released in America, and I got all these messages and WhatsApps and Facebook and Twitter going, am I seeing things, Dermot? And I just had to let the cat out of the bag then and go, nope, that was me.
So, Dermot, without giving too much away, what did you have to do to secure this cameo? Like, how much of an agent did you have to make out of yourself?
Well, what they wanted me to do was just to dance and air guitar to a piece of music which they sent me. Now, if anybody knows what I'm like, I like a bit of cosplay. So what I did then, I dressed up as a 70s glam rocker, the wig and everything, and got a ukulele from the cupboard and started dancing about the bedroom, pretending I was singing along to this song. And lo and behold, I've used it.
Oh, glam rock ukulele. There's only one word for that, Dermot. Hang on.
Excellent!
There we go. We had to. I've had a programme team acting like geeks today and embracing their inner geek because they were so excited about this chat. So tell me, you have been a fan of the original films then, I take it?
I have, since way back in the late 80s. I was only a young lad then. I kind of watched it and maybe didn't understand the full humour, but it was one film that I've always returned to, and it sort of holds a very special place for me because it kind of reminds me of my childhood. So when I heard that they were making this new film, it was fantastic news several years ago, but I never thought that it was going to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I suppose your cameo as well, but from what you've told me, you've embraced your inner child as well, getting ready to be part of that as well, and just kind of getting in the moment as well, Dermot.
So I just thought I would throw everything at it. But one of the strange quirks was that we found out as well, because we were doing a little bit of family research about the family history, and it turns out that one of the co-writers, Sean Fitzgerald from America, is actually a descendant from my family line. So one of my family line wrote the song for a film, and I ended up dancing for it in the same film.
You couldn't write the script sometimes, could you, Dermot? It's brilliant. But I suppose, what is it about them, you think, 30 years later, that has film fans excited about this, third thrilling instalment in Bill and Ted's most excellent adventure, now that they're going to face the music?
Well, I think the first two films, the first film and the second film, were totally different to each other. Like it was a lot of films when you make a sequel, it's normally a rehash of the first one. But with Bogus Journey, it was something totally different. But we never felt like the journey was completed. And then now, just 30 years later, we never thought we'd be waiting 30 years to find out how the story ends. And we're really looking forward to it. But as well as that, but because of Bogus Journey, they didn't decide to rehash the first film. we're also excited to see what they're going to do with this, because it's the same actor, same writer, the same team behind the film, and we just know that they're just not going to rehash what's come before. They're going to do something different and something that we haven't anticipated.
It's exciting for you on so many levels, Dermot. And I suppose it's released next week. How will you watch the film?
Well, I had sort of been seasoned for this last while, and I still am, but I've decided just for once, I'm just going to sneak out of the house for 2 hours to watch the film in the local cinema. And I just thought, well, you know, once you've been in the big screen for once, probably never happen again. It's an opportunity I couldn't miss.
Absolutely. Will there be a big crowd going? Or, well, obviously there won't be if there's a crowd at all, it'll be socially distanced, Dermot. You have to be very careful. But I'm sure you'll want to have some friends and family there to share this moment with you.
Oh yes, I know one of my friends, Rosie, will be coming with me, but I'm going to see if there's a few of my other friends might as well come as well. But as I say, we're going to all spread out across the cinema. And
you never know, the glam rock ukulele might make an appearance as well, will it?
You never know, I might bring it with me, but I'm not very good at playing with it.
That doesn't matter, Dermot. That doesn't matter. We'll look forward to seeing the results on social media. No doubt you'll be posting them on Twitter. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon, Dermot, and taking the time to talk to us. And, you know, fair play to you as well for doing something like that, getting involved, and look what the result is. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynette, and party on.
Party on, absolutely. How long, Dermot?
Excellent!